In this video you're going to learn about the WDInfo utility. Now if you're not familiar with this utility, it provides you information about the health of your Worldox indexer. It's going to show you how many people are logged on to your system and in what state they've logged on, the current health of your indexes, whether any indexer activity is beginning to build up, and it also has the capability of sending you out regular reports about the health of the indexer. Now I like to start by dropping an icon on my workstation desktop for the indexer utility. To do this, you'll just navigate to your Worldox program folder, which typically in an office is on a network map drive. Once in the folder, you want to sort your files based on type, and then scroll down until you find the application area, and then send a shortcut to your desktop for the WDInfo.exe utility. Alright, my system is all set. I'm going to start up the utility. It loads, and it's on my screen. So for those of you who are familiar with the previous utility before this version released for GX3, you notice the interface has changed. There are two tabs, the database tab and the user tab, and then in the top portion of the screen provides you with some information about the program. First we look at the total number of users, max users. This is based on whatever the license count is for your Worldox system. Below that we have mirrored users. Mirrored users is the typical state that you'll have in an office where the Worldox program resides on a server in your office and your users at their workstations are running what's called a mirrored copy of the file, which is running on their local system. Over on the right hand side you see direct users. So these are people who are running the Worldox program directly off the server. You might see this type of an instance for terminal server users. Refresh rates tells you how often this screen is going to refresh. Current users at the top, how many people are currently logged into the Worldox system. In the lower portion of this window, information about the database path and location, when the last posting was made by Worldox to the system, maybe it was the last time somebody saved a file to the system or opened up a file to edit it. If there are any unposted items, now if this number is large or is beginning to grow large, that means there is probably something going on at the indexer and you want to physically walk up to the machine and take a look at it to see if there is anything noticeable wrong. Here we have the last text build date. That should be either the previous day or early in the current day. And on the right hand portion we have the current count for profiles on your system. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to load the Worldox program locally and then go back to the WDInfo utility to show you that after it is able to refresh, once the program is loaded and then after this screen is able to refresh, my current users and direct count number will change. Alright, Worldox is loaded, and then once this screen is able to refresh, there it goes. You see that we now have one current user. In my instance, it's loaded directly. I'm running it directly off my server in this case, or directly off my hard drive. Your other tab on the screen is Users, and here we're able to find who is currently logged into the Worldox system. I'll use this screen when I want to run the WD Update utility to update the Worldox software, and I want to make sure everyone is off the system. In the upper left hand corner we have the Worldox Health button. You would use this to define when you want the WDInfo utility to send you information about the health of the Worldox system. Okay, when I close this utility, it is still available to me down in my system tray by just double clicking on this icon. This will conclude your introduction to the use of the new WDInfo utility for Worldox GX3.